Dear Diary, I'm about to tell you something that probably going to shock a lot of people. But before you just give up on this one, um, I want to explain what I mean by this. And what I'm going to say is this: I am 43 years old, and I believe in Santa Claus. Laugh if you want, but I do. Now, the explanation of that is I don't believe that there is a jolly fat guy in a red suit that comes down from the North Pole. But I think that there is the spirit of Santa Claus. Spirit may not be the right word. I don't know. I watch too many ghost shows. But every year it seems like that life just throws curveballs. And I mean, that's part of everyday life. But every year at Christmas, things look grim. And I never know how it's going to happen. But every year, we manage to pull off Christmas. You know, I mean, granted, this year we've had to cut back just a little bit. But still, our tree is full right now. Underneath the tree is full. And, you know, this coming on the heels of some just devastating financial news for us. But we make it. We make it happen. We survive every time. Every time. You know, the van got wrecked, and I managed to sell one of my cars and managed to work out a trade on that to get another car on the road. So we're back to having a vehicle now. I didn't know how that was going to happen, but it did. And, you know, it's around Christmas time. You know, it's all over your news feed right now, but there is the possibility of the new COVID stimulus coming as early as next week. I just read that the president is not thrilled with the American people only being offered $600 while millions are going to other countries and whatever. I'm not getting into that. I'm keeping my political views to myself. But, you know, there's possibility of some kind of stimulus coming. You know, and it's just every year it seems like as we approach Christmas, it becomes, how are we going to do this? How are we going to pull Christmas off? Now, I know that giving and getting of presents is not what the season is about. I don't want y'all to think that that's what we think it's about. And the older I get, the more I realize that, you know, it's the spirit of Christmas. It's the spirit of Santa Claus. The ideal of Santa that is so fascinating to me. Because, like I said, you know, every year we wonder how it's going to happen, especially this year. I mean, this year has been terrible for everybody. But, you know, with the new anxiety that I've got and having to miss so much work down the stretch coming towards Christmas, you know, I was really worried about my job, and, you know, worried about where money's going to come from. But, you know, here we are. We've got Christmas, and we'll have a Christmas. The most important thing to me is being able to see family, and I know I can't see all my family this Christmas, but hopefully, you know, this time next year I can be making a diary entry about how I do get to see all of my family. But it just amazes me every year that the spirit of Santa Claus is there, and the spirit of being able to provide some type of Christmas for Ashley and for the girls, and for the families, and it's just boggles my mind. So yes, I'm 43 years old, and I believe in Santa Claus. And I mean, that's all there is to it. It's just amazing. I pray all the time that things will be okay. I'm on this new medicine, and I'm hoping that it's working. It hasn't really been put to the true test because I got it after we went on our fall break or winter break, whatever. So I haven't had to deal with going to work with this new medicine, and the only downside I've got so far is that it is just absolutely wrecking my sleep. Um, I'm getting maybe 2 or 3 hours of sleep at a time, and then I'm wide awake. So that's something I'm going to discuss with the doctors, and I've got the counseling stuff going on. So, and it's all trial and error, but you know this anxiety I'm not saying I've never been anxious before. I've been anxious before, and I never liked big crowds, but it's just gotten worse. And what are the odds of the timing of that coming around the holidays? And I'm hoping it was just everything that was going on. Like I was legitimately worried about how I was going to be over the holidays. Where was Christmas going to come from? And was I going to be in a stable frame of mind to participate with family? Like I couldn't even go to the store without having a breakdown. Excuse me. But life's not perfect now. It's not, but it's getting better. We've got one vehicle on the road. We're looking at options for a second vehicle. Once we get a second vehicle, Ashley wants to get herself to work, and that's going to offset a lot of the financial difficulties. But everything's working out. Here we are. It's December 22nd right now as I'm recording this. So two days, let's say, until Christmas, and I feel good. I still have my days, but we always do, don't we? So it's that kind of stuff. My life was just an absolute, almost train wreck for a good couple of months, and it's starting to even out. That's the spirit of Santa Claus. Things are okay during the holiday. And I know there's, you can call it whatever you want. I like to call it Santa Claus just because it's around the holidays. I can remember times when my bank account was just not good at all, and somehow, it managed to pull off Christmas, and it would be good. And like I said, making memories is the most important thing for me in the holidays. Yeah, of course it's nice to give and receive gifts, but it's one of those things that your perspective changes over time. And I'm in the midst of that, and just just knowing that I can provide a good Christmas and be able to make those memories that are so important. is what the meaning of Christmas for me is now. You know, yeah. So I believe in Santa. It may sound crazy. Maybe it'll make sense to you. Maybe you kind of feel the same way, but you hadn't really thought about it. What's the spirit of Santa? You know, in these Christmases that I've been able to provide, it has not been a guy coming down the chimney. You know, we got two of them. I got one right there. The chimney. It doesn't lead. It leads to the basement, so I guess he could come up through the basement. But you know, it's not a man. It's just life. It's God. It's karma. It's whatever you want to believe, whatever you want to call it, is what is allowing us to do this. And I think it's a wonderful thing. And I know I count myself fortunate, because I know not everybody can be in this situation. Some people's lives have fell apart, and they're still falling apart. So I consider myself lucky that the spirit of Christmas is there. And maybe one day I'll be able to help some people, help them achieve a spirit of Santa Claus moment. But if I do, it's not something I'm going to brag about, because that's not something that needs to be bragged about. It just needs to be done. So, if there's somebody behind the scenes somehow helping me out and I not know about it, I thank you from the bottom of my heart. So as far as I'm concerned, I think it's okay to tell kids, yes, there is a Santa Claus. And that's what I believe. And it's a wonderful feeling, just knowing. I know if there really was a Santa Claus, I wouldn't have crickets chirping. Apparently Diesel just didn't eat all of his dinner last night. That's okay, if you're wondering why there are crickets chirping. But yeah, I believe in Santa Claus. The spirit is out there, and the spirit helps people. I know it's not just me that's getting helped. Growing up, we were never a rich family. We didn't have a whole lot of extra money to burn. And that's okay, because you know what? Santa Claus still showed up. I don't know how. Mom, if you're watching, I don't know if you attribute it to Santa Claus or what, but I do, looking back. And I will continue to attribute it to Santa Claus. And I'm okay with that. I will never be embarrassed to say that I believe in Santa. So, it's a couple of days until Christmas. I hope everybody has a wonderful Christmas, or a joyous Kwanzaa, or a happy Hanukkah, whatever you choose to celebrate. I think it's wonderful. Use your celebration to create memories. And for the love of all humanity, just be nice to one another. After this year, we deserve it. If somebody says happy holidays, I think I saw somewhere there's like 14 holidays between the end, mid-November and the beginning of the year. So, it's just people accounting for all that. I don't think there's a war on Christmas. But that's probably a video. That's another video. But, be kind to each other. Make the best of it. Make good memories. Tell people you believe in Santa Claus. Take a minute to think about it. Think back. Say, yeah, there was at least that one time that I didn't know if I could pull it off, and somehow I did. There's your Santa Claus. So I'm going to keep this one a little shorter than normal. Like I said, I hope everybody has beautiful holidays, make beautiful memories. Merry Christmas, joyous Kwanzaa, Happy Hanukkah, whatever I am missing, whatever you celebrate, even if you don't celebrate, Merry Yule, whatever. Just make the best of it. Make the most of it. Make beautiful memories. I love y'all.